That night, I saw Olamma run into the village without her slippers. Her wrapper was torn, her knees were bruised, and her hands were shaking so much that she could not even hold her broken pot. She was crying, and the sound of her crying made everyone stop what they were doing. I was there. I watched as people gathered around her, asking, Olamma, what happened? Who did this to you? She could not answer at first. She was too scared. But later, she calmed down a bit. She told us everything. It started that afternoon when she went to the stream to fetch water. The road was quiet and the people had already gone home. On her way back, she saw a man sitting by the side of the path. He looked very weak. His clothes were dusty and he held his stomach like he was in pain. Please, my daughter, the man said in a tired voice, can you give me some water to drink? Olama was a kind girl. She did not like to see anyone suffer. Without thinking twice, she bent down and gave him her pot. The man drank deeply, then wiped his mouth. He smiled and said, you are a good child. Please help me carry my bag to my house. It is just nearby. Olamma agreed. She picked up his bag. It was rough and heavy, but she carried it anyway. They walked together. At first, the road looked normal, the same narrow paths people used every day. But after some time, Olamma noticed that the road was no longer leading towards the village. The trees looked thicker, the bush felt darker, and the sound of birds have gone quiet. Her heart started to beat fast. She asked softly, Uncle, where is your house? The man kept walking. Then he turned around slowly, and the smile on his face was gone. When Olamma saw the man's face, she felt a cold fear in her chest. Her eyes no longer looked weak or tired. They looked sharp, and his voice sounded differently when he said, just keep walking. Olamma wanted to run back, but the bush around her felt too quiet. She could not even hear the stream anymore. She held the bag tighter in her hands, but her legs began to shake. Uncle, I need to go home now, she said in a small voice. The man laughed, and it was not a friendly laugh. He stepped closer, and Olamma quickly dropped the bag on the floor. She turned and started to run. Her feet hit stones. Sharp sticks tore her wrapper, but she did not stop. She could hear the man's footstep behind her. Fast and heavy, she prayed silently. Let me reach the village. Please let me reach the village. Her breath grew short and her chest hot, but she kept running. The path seemed longer than ever before. She tripped once and fell, scraping her knee. But she jumped up and kept going. Finally, through the trees, she saw a faint light, the first cooking fire from the edge of the village. That gave her strength. She ran even faster, even though her feet were bleeding. She reached the open space near the hut and screamed. People rushed out, shocked to see her in that state. I was standing there. I saw her fall to the ground, crying so hard she could not even speak. When Olamma fell to the ground, the whole village gathered around her. Some women lifted her up, and the elders kept asking, what happened? Who chased you? Her lips trembled as she spoke. Between sobs, she told everyone how she met a man on the path, how she gave him water, and how he tricked her into carrying his bag far into the bush. She told them how his smile changed and how she knew something bad was about to happen. The people listened in silence. Some of the men quickly grabbed their machetes and ran into the bush, but found nothing. The man had vanished, leaving only footprints that appeared into the dark. That night, Olamma could not sleep. She cried in her mother's arms and kept saying, I only wanted to help. I thought he was suffering. I didn't know. From then on, the elders warned every child in the village, do not follow strangers, even if they look weak or kind. Help carefully, but stay safe. And I, who saw Olama's torn wrapper, her bleeding feet, and her tears that night, have never forgotten the lesson. Sometimes, helping the wrong person can put you in danger. That is how Olama helped a stranger and lived to regret it. This is the end of our story.